All right, hey guys, this is Coach Marcus here in hot Las Vegas, Nevada. I want to welcome you to tonight's information and not information, testimonials overview for Go to Sign and Heart by Naturals. It's 107 degrees here in Las Vegas. So, but I'm in my cool air conditioned home. So, but I appreciate you guys for being here this Monday evening. And this is going to be about 35, 45 minutes at the most, where there are going to be customers and members who are going to, share their experience using the products from Golden or Heart by Naturals. And maybe some people may have stories about the business opportunities we have here. And if you are guests, hey, thanks for showing up. Appreciate you for being here on Zoom. If you're watching on Facebook, thank you. And make sure you get back with whoever invited you here tonight or shared this video with you. Let them know what you liked about the information and find out how you can create your accounts with us. We have a lot of fun. And before I get into it, all the other stuff, I want to ask a couple questions. I thought of these today, right? And how often do you share things you like with people you know, like restaurants or your favorite coffee house or whatever, like something you like? How often do you share? Let me look at the comments and see, trying to see where they are on Zoom. You see people say, somebody said daily. People share daily. Trying to find my comments. Where they at? Main chat. There you go. All the time. So people share things they like all the time, right? And with that being said, the things you frequently share with people, how many times have you been paid to do outside of this, right? How many times has Starbucks paid you, right? Or Tide or whoever, right? Whoever your favorite laundry detergent is, or coffee house or restaurants, never, all right? And so this just shows that people already know how to do what we do with Goldasana and HPN. We are network marketing companies, and people enjoy, sharing things they like with people they know, and that's all we do, right? And so I just wanted to ask those couple questions before I got into the discussion tonight. But Goldasana is a network marketing company under Green Organics, which is our parent company, and Goldasana is the household division, the personal care product division, the multivitamin. Well, black seed oil is a multivitamin, it's a superfood, and an essential oil. So we have those, and Heart by Naturals is our supplement and superfood division of Green Organics. There are some personal care items with Heart by Naturals, but on the Go to Sauna side, we like what we have here because people wash their clothes, right? People brush their teeth, people um, bathe their bodies, wash their hair if they have hair, and people wear deodorant. So those are some of our foundational products. And on the HBN side, I mean, who doesn't want to age well, right? Who doesn't want to, not carry excess weight or not be able to, balance blood sugar, stuff like that. And we have, the products that assist with that. And because we have some awesome products, I have to make a couple. Well, there's one disclaimer. We're not doctors, right? We are independent representatives of either Goldasana or Heart by Naturals, and our products are not governed by the Food and Drug Administration. And we can't say these products diagnose, prevent, treat, or cure any disease or health conditions. And because there may be some discussion about the income opportunities, our simple disclaimer is we work hard. We don't know if you will work hard, so you might join us and not earn any money. Okay. However, with the system we have in place, we call it the best system, is highly unlikely, right? You would join our company and not earn any money if you follow what we teach in the best system. Okay, so that's out of the way. As far as how it works, there's over 200 products with both companies: organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free. We don't test products on any animals. Okay, you can, and they're clean. They're pure plant-based products, which since the pandemic, more and more people have been open to what we have to offer, which is why, during the pandemic in 2020, we grew by 300% on the HBN side. 94% of our members are customers. So we are a very customer oriented and customer driven company. And as far as getting paid, we get paid money to buy, use, and refer our products to people and introduce people to the income opportunity to help people, pay their rent or mortgage, or maybe pay a car payment. And so that is what we do here. Get paid in real time. So there's daily pay, there's weekly pay, and there's monthly pay. There's a 30% cash back program, right? There's a gift card program, all kinds of stuff for people who want to take advantage of the income opportunity if they want to. You don't have to, but that's just an option for you guys. So if you guys would like to share your a testimonial, raise your hand or comment in the chat. If you guys are on Facebook, comment on write your comments on Facebook and I'll read them. And but raise your hand so we know, so we can get you in the queue. I got Maxine up, and I'm going to have Rasan come up first because I talked to him earlier today. We had a couple of events this weekend. We had local events in Atlanta, Georgia, which was on Saturday, July 12th. Got you, Coach Seymour. And then we had Sunday, we had an event in Charlotte, North Carolina, and Coach Rasan Owens was the host of that one. Coach Will, he traveled from Florida to Atlanta first and then headed on up to North Carolina to participate and share information. But the host of those events did an amazing job. Atlanta was hosted by Tiara Moore, Charlotte Whitaker, and Kenya Wooden. Okay, and in North Carolina, Rasan Owens and I believe Janice Martin also participate in that. But those were successful events. I think combined there were almost 60 people that attended. Everyone who attended Atlanta signed up, and then the Charlotte people they are going to join. So amazing events, and so that's some one of our tools we have is in-person events in various venues. We have events coming up this weekend in Texas, so it's going to be Copperas Cove, Texas first, and then Dallas, Texas on Sunday. So the 19th, Copperas Cove, Texas, and then the 20th, Dallas, Texas. Miriam Kareem, she's hosting that. She's on here tonight. And so let me get Rasan to come up first. And then the 26th, there'll be an event in the St. Louis, Missouri area. I think it's in Coopersville, Collinsville, Illinois. And Jessica Hill and Dee Dee Wright are hosting that one. But Rasan, anything you want to share about what happened in Charlotte, North Carolina yesterday?
Yes, yes. The event was it was amazing. It was just amazing being up there talking, sharing my story with everyone because a lot of my family and friends were there. Some of my former coworkers, some neighbors, a little bit of everyone in my life um, that knows what I do was there, and they just had a different aspect of seeing it through my experience, and then Will up there talking about his experience with this amazing company. It just shed a different light on everyone, and I thank everyone for showing up and being there. Um, it was great. Even up towards the event, leading up towards the event, I had my flyers. I printed out these cool flyers, and I was going around, and I carried them everywhere with me. So I stopped at a store, even at the last day of the event. I stopped at a store just to pick up some last minute stuff, and I had my flyer with me, and I talked to the guy at the counter, and he said, I said to him, hey, listen, do you keep your options open when it comes to making extra money? I'm having an event today. And he said, yeah, I keep my options open. And I said, well, are you able to show up at 2 p.m. To this location? And he said, no, unfortunately, I have to work. And I said, that's okay. I said, would it be okay if I took your information? I said, I gotta go. I can't really talk about it right now, but would it be okay if I took your information? And he said, sure. And he gave me his contact information, and I sent him some information about working from home. So it was pretty cool. Just going through the motions of just getting my information out there to people to show up at the event, and the experience at the event alone. Just that in person experience just hit people differently. Um, I had a nephew I've been talking to about my products and the company for over a year, and he didn't budge until he listened to Will's testimony and Will talk, and then he said, okay, he even wanted to sign up someone else that was interested in joining, and he said, well, I'll join, but I want to sign him up first. So it was a really great experience. I'm looking forward to doing this again. It was just amazing. And Will brought the fire as always. He really did an awesome job. I learned a lot from him yesterday as well. So just watching him go to work, it was just amazing.
That's awesome.
People won prizes and everything, so it was cool. I made it fun and interesting, so it was real fun.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on you having a successful event. And looking forward to meeting, your new team members or new members that join us, meeting them in that Nashville if they make it to Nashville in September. So that was
Yeah,
awesome to hear. But like Rasan says, as far as how he went about, sharing inviting people, he didn't go out specifically to recruit people to attend. He just was out doing his normal activities, and the conversation came up, and that's how simple it is to do the business. So you simply share while you're out. You don't go out to share, you share while you're out. And so he had a successful event in North Carolina and shared his story, and there were other people that have stories there also. Coach Will's story is amazing, how he went from being a broke cop basically to being able to retire 6 months later, right, from this business model, which is amazing. And Coach Will's gone on to make millions of dollars in this industry. With our company, he made almost 2 million part-time, right? So so thanks for for sharing that. And Miriam didn't know this, but since Dallas is coming up this week, is there anything you want to share about the Dallas event? I know there'll be giveaways and things like that. Miriam, you want to share what you have going on? What you have planned?
Yeah, there's a event coming up this Sunday at in Dallas, Texas. Um, and I'm super excited about it because we have at least about 30 people that are coming, that are slated to come. Hopefully they all show. But I've got giveaways planned. I've got, food afterwards planned. But I'm so excited about this. This is like my first event, my first event anyway, period. So very, very excited. But just like Rasan said, I'm just gonna quickly tell my story, possibly even have Coach Seymour tell his story, and then have Coach Will come on and um, bring it home.
That's awesome. And that's
So
what's
yeah.
amazing is the support we all offer here. Is like you guys are, for those of you who are interested in the opportunity. If you partner with us, you'll be in business for yourself, but you will never be by yourself. While you have tons of support, and Coach Will, he travels from Florida to different states. And so I know he'll be on the road again this weekend from Florida to Texas. The following weekend, he'll be going from Florida to St. Louis, Missouri, to Collinsville, Illinois, right? So he'll be busy, on the road doing that. And that's the type of support you have here. So and Tommy's not here to talk about his event, but Dee Dee or Jessica, one of you guys want to share what you have planned for your event in St. Louis, Missouri, Illinois? Well, it's St. Louis, Missouri, but it's on the other side of the river. You guys want to share what you guys have planned for that?
Yeah, sure, Coach. Yeah, it's in Collinsville, Illinois, it's just across the river. We still consider it St. Louis because it's like right there. But we wanted to make it easy for people to get to a venue without, all the traffic and everything and construction. But yeah, Dee Dee and myself, we're gonna, obviously share our stories, share a little bit about the products. I would like to talk about how Black Seeds helped me. Coach Tina is gonna come down. I know she's gonna always bring some fire. And then we'll have Coach Will do the income opportunity presentation. And of course, we'll have samples there and do some giveaways.
Awesome. Good stuff. So once again, I'm sure it's going to be another successful event. So we've had 2 in the books so far, and then we'll have 2 more in the books after this coming up weekend, and then yours will be the 5th one. And I believe Arkansas may be in the house in August, and that's going to lead up to our event in Nashville, our big event in Nashville, Tennessee in September. So enough about that. Appreciate you guys for sharing. And someone says, let me see. I could talk about, oh, hey, you know what? Maxine's here. So since Maxine has had her hand raised first, we'll have her unmute herself. I know she has an event coming up in Ontario, Canada, where she's at in October. So Maxine, you can go ahead and share your
Yeah.
testimonial.
So my testimonial, I know it's a different. I'm still working on it, but I've used our black seed oil on my toe that I sent you the photo of, and it's working. It's going away. The color, I noticed it, the bruising is going away just from using black seed oil about 3 to 4 times a day. Just put it on, just kind of rub it in gently and just let it soak in, which is great. I've hurt my toe very, very bad a couple months ago. Didn't realize how bad it was until I seen my toenails, so which is good. So black seed oil works amazing with that kind of stuff. And for my event in October, I was able to book a room actually in the building that I live in, which is great. We'll be offering some refreshments as well. We do have a Tim Hortons just across the street for people that like coffee or tea. So anyone, if you know anyone that's around here, even if they're in New York, if you can just bring them my way, that'd be great. And then, whoever, so if Coach Marcus, if you invite somebody, that person will be going to it too. Yes, Miriam, it's Ontario. I'm in Hamilton. If you want to message me, Miriam, on Facebook, I can definitely give you more details about that. But yes, in October. So I booked it, which is good.
That's awesome. Looking forward to hearing successful. We still have a few more months for that, but some people may have to make plans. But if you guys have any people, anyone in Ontario, they can actually partner with. They can join to now and attend and invite people to that event, which will be great. So it's going to be a good event. And thanks for sharing that, Maxine. Thanks for sharing. Well, number one, reaching out to me for assistance for your toe. It didn't look good. That looked like that hurt. And so
Yeah, I had a bag on the floor and I was having a really bad night. I was not sleeping, and I guess I just wasn't paying attention to where I was walking. And I guess my toe just like it was, I'm gonna try to find the picture. It was pretty bad, my toe. I guess I didn't realize it was bad as I thought it was. But yeah, so I'm grateful for black seed oil. That I'm still gonna do it. And once it's cleared up, I will definitely take a picture
awesome.
of it when it's done. But it's clearing up, so
That's awesome. Our black seed oil is as far as I know is the highest that has the highest potency of the effective compound thymoquinone, right? I'm not going to get into all the scientifics, but that little bottle packs a punch. There's 900 drops in one bottle. Okay, and the recommended daily serving is 30 drops a day, but most people aren't taking anywhere near 30 drops. I do 10 to 15 drops. Okay, when I use it, but I like how diverse it is. You can apply it topically like Maxine did, and it helped. It's helping her toe, the injury to her toe heal, compared to going to the doctor and getting medications or things like that. So our black soil is wonderful. And if you guys are not taking advantage of the Christmas in July promotion, both companies have the buy 3 get 1 free black seal oil bundle. Okay, and so on HBN side, that big bundle, if you get that one, you're buying 8 bottles, but you're getting 8 free. So that's 16 bottles of black seal oil plus all the other freebies. I did the math; it was like $436, in products you receive. Okay, for $159. So amazing promotions we have for the month of July for the black seed oil and the other BV or volume based purchases. But that buy one get one free black seed oil promotion, take advantage of that. Right, that doesn't happen very often, and people are actually going to enjoy it. So thanks, Maxine, for sharing that. Okay.
No problem, coach.
Right. And I want to welcome, hey, there's Tasnima, welcome, and who's on Zoom. And there's someone on Facebook, Marizelle Lewis. Looks like Dr. Dorothy invited her on Facebook. So welcome, guests. Appreciate y'all for being here tonight. And I had you go up last, Coach Seymour. I know you wanted to share. And Clarence uses black seed oil as a face lotion too. Yeah, I added to my aftershave oil. That's how I use black seed oil. It's amazing. All right, hey Rick in Alabama's in the house. You can go ahead and unmute yourself, sir.
Hey Marcus, you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got a pretty short one. I was just going to kind of give an update on that GLP-1 kit. And, I'm really loving that. I'm up to see the 7th of this month with my 8 weeks. And I think last time I checked in before I'd lost about 8 pounds or something like that, which I didn't really need to lose all that much weight, but now I'm down 12. I just checked this morning. And but the amazing thing about it, that's not really why I like it for the pounds, because it just helps you eat healthier, because it curbs the sugar and carb craving so much. And I had lots of them. I mean, I had a real problem with carbs and sugar, and I just didn't realize how much it had piled on, while I was sitting at the desk a lot over the last maybe year or so, till I looked at myself. I was like, man, I need this stuff. Anyway, it's really amazing. And I'm also probably eating ice cream about three times a week too, and still isn't that much. Although it's healthy, I got to give a little disclaimer: healthy ice cream. I make it myself, and it's protein ice cream, but it's just as good as the other. And you don't feel like you're being deprived of any kind of desserts at all. So I'm loving this stuff. I'm going to take it at least until September, if not longer. And I've been reading a lot of stuff too. I wasn't that familiar with Ozempic, except all I knew about it said it had a lot of side effects. But from what I hear, the people that get it have to be a certain weight, or they have to pay out of pocket for it. And if they had to pay out of pocket for it, it's like $1,000. So that makes ours look like a real value at 149.
Yes. That's a steal. I mean, and you feel good too. And
Yeah.
and me seeing you in person like a few times a year, I'm like, where you have 12 pounds of you to lose from?
It's you
You're
hadn't seen me before I started. It's been a
Rick. I mean, Rick. You guys don't know Rick. Well, we climbed this mountain in Colorado a few years ago. He beat everyone in our group up the mountain, right? And so and it was amazing. And he's in shape, and just seeing his journey, him sharing. It's not you don't have to necessarily be someone that's obese. You use that GLP-1 system is going to help reduce your cravings for sweets, right? And that is what I noticed when I take it, Rick. It's amazing. And then even after you eat sweets, you're not having that crash, right? You don't crash, when after that blood sugar high, you have that blood sugar high, and then you crash after the blood sugar wears off. That doesn't occur. And on Friday, like a couple of times a month, I treat myself to a big giant piece of cake. I don't know if you guys saw the picture I posted. It's a big piece of cake. It's strawberries, it's whipped cream, it's this white cake with some shaved almonds on it and some chocolate at the bottom. I eat that 2 times a month. And so, and I never crash, never have any sugar crash, but that GLP-1 system is amazing. And for you to release 12 pounds in 8 weeks, that's amazing, right? And so looking forward to seeing you in Nashville, seeing where you'll be. But thanks for sharing that, Ray. Appreciate that.
Yeah. I took some of the old products, you know, like Slimmer Max and stuff. And I like this. In fact, my favorite one was the Slimmer Drops because that probably worked on me better than anything. But, you know, the other stuff really didn't. It worked, but it didn't keep me from being hungry. I stayed hungry all the time, but it did work and it would reduce the pounds. But that's where this is so different. I mean, you're just not that hungry.
Yeah, and if you exercise, then it's important. If you do weight training or resistance training, you have to have your you have to eat because you need calories to fuel your muscles, particularly protein. So I have to force myself to eat when I use it, and so I'm sure you're probably the same way. But it's amazing, and and how it works. GLP-1, you use the glucoprotect, right? Drink that before you have a carbohydrate filled meal, and that's going to help prevent the blood sugar from spiking after you eat that meal. And then Slimmer Pro is amazing. You drink that a couple times a day, and if you want to put the Slimmer drops in that, it just makes it even more effective. And then you use the Limit X MCT. I like doing mine in the morning time, and I do it at night before going to bed. And that the Limit X MCT, that boosts your calorie burn by 400 calories a day by itself, right? So not surprised. I'm not surprised you released 12 pounds, but because the products are effective, and you are right, you don't feel hungry, right? It's crazy. And so yes, lot of times you have to make yourself eat. So thank you, Rick, for sharing that.
Sure.
Appreciate that. All right, we have Miranda up. Miranda, can you unmute yourself?
How are y'all doing tonight?
We're good.
I would just like to say I have been doing the Slimmer Pro and Lemon X. And then this past weekend, I received the Unicorn Mini Bundle. I started that this weekend and I feel good. I What I did, I added the Slimmer Pro, which I probably shouldn't have did it, but I did it anyway, just to see how it's gonna make me feel. So I added the Slimmer Pro, the body, the mind, and soul together in a water bottle. Pretty much stayed full all day long. So probably around about 5:30, I ate I ate dinner. And also for my first time, I also tried like the seafood boil with shrimp and all that. And I like the little baby shrimp. So I love the product. So I just want to say thank you all for sharing, for getting me into it, and hopefully I keep continuing to take the products.
Awesome. Well, thanks for saying yes to Dee Dee. I know she's your sponsor, and I like our products because they're powders, number one, and so you can combine them and use them in different ways, the way you did. And the thing with mind, body, and soul, those are superfoods. Okay, and so your body, when you take those in that form, your body recognizes them. Okay, and recognizes them as food, right? And you're getting a lot of your new nutrients from that. You put that Slimmer Pro with it, that's just going to make you not feel hungry. That's why you went the whole day and went to a seafood boil. Which did you have the gloves on and everything with the bib? Did you go to a restaurant and do that?
Well, actually, my husband and his nephew, they did it over to my mother-in-law house.
Okay.
So
All right.
we we did it at my mother-in-law house.
Yeah, it's messy. I think we have. I go to a restaurant every once in a while. You have to put on the bib, and they give you gloves and stuff, and it's just messy. That's seafood boil, but it's good. It's good. So that's awesome, Randa. Thank you for hopping on and sharing that. All right. Let me see. And then Miss Charlotte says she looks like a stick. She's down to 125 pounds, right? If you guys have seen Miss Charlotte, she's like Rick. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know where they would have, I don't know where they would lose weight from. And so they're both in like really, really, really good shape. Okay. It's amazing seeing how they move. All right. All right. Hey, Ronnie, our essential oils expert. Let me have you should be able to mute yourself. And thank you for hopping on.
Hey. Um, don't really have a central oil testimonial.
All right.
I know that's what you be waiting for.
I can take notes. I gotta tell you.
But I have been back on my black seed oil, and I've been doing my 2 sleeve or holy basil every once in a while, maybe like once or twice a week. And then the slimmer. And I did that for like a couple of weeks before I went on vacation. I bought vacation clothes maybe 2 months prior to our trip, and there were at least 3 items that was falling off of me because I was wearing them for the first time. The shirt I was showing my shoulder and everything. I kept messing with my clothes. This dress that when I got back in town, there was a convention I had to go to, and there was this dress that I forgot that I bought last year that was too small. So I was able to wear that one at the convention this year. And so that was just, I haven't really weighed myself since the last time. I knew I started off losing, like, I lost about 13 pounds after I started the holy basil tea and the black seed oil. But then I added the slimmer. So I haven't got on the scale yet, but my clothes are falling off. And I have been wearing the same size like maybe for the last several years. And I knew that I wanted to start my weight loss journey again, weight release journey again. And so far, this is an encouragement because it's starting to work again. Second testimonial, because we were on vacation, the guys in the house don't always pack everything when you tell them, make sure you got this, this, and this. So my 2 guys left their deodorant. And we had to go to a convention. They had to be in a suit all day. We didn't have time to stop at a store. We were tired because it was a 7-hour drive. So they said, well, we just got to use yours. And so they smelled mine. They were like, oh, this smells too girly, this and that. I said, well, don't use as much. Just use enough until we get through the convention. So at the end of the day, my son tells me, I don't stink. He said, that stuff worked actually. And so they ended up for like 2 days using my deodorant, and it worked all day out in the heat, whatever. And so now I'm going to have to get the rose vetiver that you're talking about and see if they like the smell of that one better. So maybe it'll be a little bit more masculine scent. But when they actually did go back to using some of their old stuff, they were like, wait a minute, the other stuff worked better. So I'm kind of like slowly convincing them. And so only oral testimony that I have is today I got to speak with Veronica Ortega's sister. And I told her how you guys have been keeping her training and her memory alive. I had interviewed her because I'm writing a book on aromatherapy heritage, and I'm going to include a profile of Veronica Ortega in the book. And she is just ecstatic that people are still talking about her training and the things that she's learned. And she was just in tears. So I just wanted to convey that to you all. There's some beautiful things that she was doing, even outside of Go to Sana, that you'll be amazed to know about, and how she actually has made history. And
Awesome.
so I
That's
wanted
awesome.
to share.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I mean, Veronica, she was the first person I met. I mean, no, I interact with you first because you told me about Copaiba and how to say it and how to use it. But then and Align, you educated me about Align, and I've been using Align like every night since I learned about it. But Veronica was the one that taught us about Prosper Oil back in 2020. We didn't know, I didn't know what it was. And she explained how Alexandria formulated it and what it's for and how to use it. how she uses it. And I remember that meeting in Florida. We passed that bottle around. Everybody was like putting it in their wallets and their purses and all kinds of stuff. So Veronica, her memory will never be forgotten. Never be forgotten here. And but thank you for sharing that. And hey, congrats on your weight release. People don't know black seed oil that can lead to people releasing weight by itself, right? Because it helps stabilize your blood sugar, which can reduce your cravings. But then using Tulsi trim or holy basil.
It was holy basil.
Holy
I didn't
basil.
know that they were kind of the same, I guess.
You're kind of the same. The Tulsi trim has some other ingredients in it where
Yeah.
it's going to help you be regular. Just I'll leave it at that. That's
Well, holy basil kind of helps that too.
holy basil does too. So, but BS black soil, holy basil, and slimmer, that right there is a good combination. And so you're getting,
Yeah.
the
Another
immune.
thing about the sugars, I have noticed that since I've been back on the black seed oil, that I get the hypoglycemic a, a little faster because I
Yeah,
know it's
yeah,
dropping my sugar. It
yeah,
really is. And the other day when I tested my finger, I usually after I eat it's over 200. But this time it was like 170 after I ate. I have not
mhm,
even tested it fasting yet, and I haven't had my A1C checked yet. But I can tell that as I'm taking this and releasing weight and taking all of the powders, that I get hypoglycemic a lot quicker, and I have to really watch it
yep.
as I'm taking the stuff.
Yeah, because it can bring your blood sugar down and you feel like dizzy. That happens to me sometimes. If I don't eat soon after I take black seed oil, my blood sugar will drop. And so that's why I typically take mine after I eat, which helps stabilize it, that's good. And the deodorant, your guys, they may like the myrrh and sandalwood because that's more of a masculine scent. And it's also drier.
Yeah, my son didn't like that one either.
Okay. This one he'll love it. I was skeptical about this rose and vetiver, but this is my
Yeah.
favorite one. It smells good, it smells like roses, but gosh, but it lasts. It smells great. He'll like it, I think. But just
Oh,
don't try it. But thanks for sharing. Appreciate that. All right, let me see what else is next. Someone says, like, okay. All right. Hey Gina. Gina's here. You made the drive from Atlanta back to Virginia.
Yes, I did. I was so excited when I got to Atlanta. I kept Charlotte up for at least 2.5 hours. She kept saying, I got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. But I was so excited. It took me a minute to wind down, but it was awesome. Their stories was awesome. Will was awesome. It was just great. But I want to give a little bit of a testimony. When I first came in, Vitality was my go-to. I asked Carolyn, what's the main products we use? She said Healing Trilogy, Black Seed Oil, Fulvic Acid, and Vitality. Well, at the time, I was having severe gut issues, so much so I did a barium swallow, I did a dye CAT scan, and they still couldn't tell me what was wrong with my gut. I was on 8 medications, and it was just horrific. I started that Vitality. I told my gastrologist, look here, you don't have to stroke another prescription because I'm not taking that stuff. So she said, what you doing? So I told her about the Vitality. She actually looked at it on the screen in her office. And her response was, oh man, this got a lot of healthy benefit teas all combined in one tea. I said, yes, ma'am, you should try it. But of course, I don't know if she did or didn't. But at any rate, I deal with the issues of high blood sugar levels. Now, I have been on chromium and magnesium from the beginning, but this GLP-1 is a game changer. My diabetic pharmacist says, she said, Gina, I want to put that little patch on you to regulate your sugar. You don't have to do the stick anymore. I said, I don't want it. I said, you guys get on a bandwagon. When you bring a product out, you think everybody and their mama should be on that product. Look, I have an issue with diabetes. I don't want to announce to the world that I have diabetes. And that's what that little thing on your arm does. So I said, well, can you put it on your belt? She said, no, it has to be on your arm. I said, I'm not doing it. because I know what these products will do for me. And that's get my sugar levels regulated. I have been in like 120 this, 119 that. I hit an all-time high, and I haven't done that in a very long time because while I'm traveling or I'm driving, I like to munch and not regulating how much of the fruit cup I was eating because I was eating the fruit cup on the road. My sugar level said high. Anybody know what high means when you read your meter? That means your sugar level is over 500. That's a danger zone for anybody that know better. I got to Charlotte House. I got these little bottles that I put my stuff in. I had my Comerium and zinc in one bottle. I had my glucose, the new one, part of the GLP one, and I had my zinc and silver in another one. I took all of those. Guess what my sugar level was, guys? 152 in a few hours. Usually when I'm that high, you bet I ain't going down till the next day. But our products is that awesome. They are that awesome. And like Veronica said, I tried this together and that together. I was the put it together queen. When I started, I put a whole lot of combinations together. And everything does exactly what Angela Bryden designed it to do, even when you mix them together. You're still going to get that design for that particular product. So I'm going to leave you with that, Coach. I look forward to Tennessee. However, I got my hands up to see Will before then.
Oh,
More is coming.
all right. Looking forward to
You
that.
guys, we are family. I always got to plug in that Tennessee conference that's coming up. If you don't have your tickets, get them and bring someone.
Awesome.
My goal this year, because I always get 4 tickets off the bat, me, Curlin, and Ross. We already covered. But and I get an extra one. Should something occur that I can't have all of my tickets used, I usually give them to Charlotte or somebody else that got somebody else who want to come. But this time, my mission and my goal, you always say set goals, is to bring somebody and to have that somebody join with us. That's all I got, Coach.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I'm glad you're here because 500, having your sugar level above 500, that's coma zone, right? Where you could have easily passed out. So I'm glad you were able to get to Miss Charlotte's house and use the products. They're amazing. And so, but thank you for sharing that. Thanks for promoting the Nashville event. For those of you who are able to attend in person, we're looking forward to seeing you guys there. Online tickets are all gone. And also, you can bring guests. We'll make space. If you guys have a guest you want to bring them, right? And we'll get them signed up, right? And so, thank you. All right, hey Dee Dee, looks like you have your hand raised, and Lucretia's next after Dee Dee, and then
Hey,
Seymour.
Coach.
Hello.
Okay, so I got a couple of things real quick. So first of all, BSO, black seed oil, I just used it a few minutes ago because I was trying to get my vitamin D. Went outside, man, the mosquitoes just attacked me like I was candy or something. Just blah, 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 blah. So I came in the house, I'm just like itching, you sitting at the computer itching. That's like the worst feeling ever. Like I'd rather get cut than itch. I'm just saying. So I was like, okay, what do I use that I have right in front of me? So of course I just grabbed the black seed. I was like, let me just slather it on. And like 5 minutes later, it stopped itching. And I was like, I didn't even know if it would work for that. So I just tried to use it for everything I could possibly think of. And then I also had I had some well, this is TMI, but I had some pants and I need to throw them away. But you know how you walk around the house in your little raggedy pants and they cut my legs. And so I was like, okay, let me throw it on there and see if it works. I would say probably later on that night or the next morning, all scabbed up and feeling fine. Because at first it was very irritating in a really bad place. um, the other thing is I had a earring that was too big, I guess, and it cut my actual ear hole, and it was sore and puffy for like a couple of days. Every time I put an earring in there, it swells up. And I was scared to put the BS on there because I thought I was gonna close up my hole. I was like, no, it's gonna heal too fast. I can't do that. So I said, well, let me just put it in there. I put the earring in there and I put a stud in there and I just kind of twisted it around for like a day. And now it's fine. And I was like, oh, I was scared to use it all this time. So I was in pain for like 2 weeks for no reason. So I'm just saying, whatever I can figure out how to use it for, I'll just throw it on there and see what works. And yeah, I still take my 3 whole drops, my whole droppers.
Your
I'm
whole,
sorry,
yeah,
I know what you're saying, but
that's all
I
right.
just, I'm just gonna leave it at that. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
That's right.
And then that fungal relief, I think it was Rick maybe
Rick.
that
Yeah,
said
Rick.
that.
Yeah.
And I use it, my mom's been using it on my uncle, and because he had it was really big, like almost covered half of his neck. And now it's like really small. And she said because I noticed when he comes over now, he's not sitting like he'll wake up in the morning. The first thing he do is just itching, itching, itching. And not only is it shrinking, but it's not itching anymore either. So thank God for that. So thank you so much, Rick, for that, because it was driving him nuts. I could tell he just sitting there, he just, just constantly itching. I'm like, oh, poor thing. Let me figure out what to do to help him with that. And the last thing is the I was going to say the Smurf stuff. What is the blue sorry, brain freeze.
Glorious. Glorious.
Glorious. So Smurf stuff. I use it on my face in the morning. And so I noticed I was kind of the circles under my eyes were getting darker again, and I felt I saw these little folds coming up again. So I've been using the Glorious for like probably a week now, and I noticed they're starting to go away, and my eyes are getting brighter again. So again, sometimes you don't notice how something works until you stop using it. And I ran out, and I was like, I'll just use the black seed. I love my black seed, but the Glorious is just a game changer, ladies. I'm telling you, men, you too, but I'm just saying, ladies, just we don't like looking. I'm just saying, it's good stuff.
That's
So
awesome.
any
Well,
chance you get. So thank you.
thank you for sharing that. Black seed oil, in case you guys don't know, there are 101 benefits to black seed oil. So DG just shared what 2 of the benefits, probably 3. And they say, not I'm saying, but they say black seed oil cures everything but death, right? So amazing product, and so many different ways to use it. You can apply it topically, like Dee did. If you take it internally, Dee, every day, it's going to minimize you getting bit by mosquitoes too. So you can do that. So it's a natural.
And it's funny because I'd have been slacking too. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
See, that's what I get.
this is good stuff. So and then Glorious is amazing. That's food for your face, which is awesome. And then the fungal relief oil. I have mine over here somewhere. I had a couple dry patches on my legs, and they would itch and stuff. And so I would put like shea butter on them, oil on it. They never went away. When Rick shared out, he used a fungal relief on on his skin, on the back of his neck. I put it on those 2 dry patches on my leg. Within 2 days, when the dry patches were gone and have not come back. So that fungal relief is amazing. And so I recommend, if you guys just have that in your house, which is amazing. All right. Hey, Lucretia, can you?
Hello. Actually, I have a question. My
Okay.
question is, I take the black seed oil, but now I know they say you can put it up under your tongue, which is what I do, but ooh, that tastes. But anyway, now is it a difference? Because I take the Mind, Body, and Soul every day, and I take my Fovid and my cayenne pepper, and sometimes I put the black seed oil. But now, would that make a difference if you put it in there, or is it just way, way better to take it up under your tongue the natural way?
Black seed oil, as long as it gets onto the skin, is going to get absorbed into the body, and it's going to get into the bloodstream. And so, as long as some people rub it onto the soles of their feet, and because your foot has more pores, so it gets absorbed that way. Some people rub it into their stomach or into their belly button. So as long as you get it onto the body or into the body, you're still going to feel the benefits. And
Okay.
this is an oil. I like taking it after I eat because it gets absorbed better with food. So that's how I take mine under my tongue.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
Awesome. Well,
Thank you.
all right. Thanks for sharing. I mean, thanks for a good question. Let me get Coach Seymour up. I know he had say he wanted to share. Let me go ahead and have him unmute. We have like 10 minutes left. So just want to make sure you have time for everybody. Go ahead, sir.
Got 2 quick ones. One was I was on the phone earlier with one of my success team members, out there in New York, and he was telling me I was trying to get him on the call, but he had to be at work tonight. I was trying to see if he could get on the call, tell his testimony, but he was telling me that when I first had introduced him to the black seed oil, at first the doctor was saying he couldn't take it because of something that's in the black seed oil that he wasn't should take because of his high blood pressure. So he took it anyway, started taking it, and then he heard about my kidney damage story because he also has the same issue with third-degree kidney damage. So went back to the doctor, I think he said 2 or 3 days ago, and his blood pressure has never been this low in over 10 years. It said normally it was like one something over one something. It was a high 180, 190 over at least 100 and 502, I think he said. And went in and his blood pressure was 127 over 70. And he said he's like, he couldn't believe it because it's been like 10 years and his blood pressure had never been that low. And then he stopped taking his blood pressure medication, he stated. So that's one. Two, I had got some of my black seed oil came in today, or not some, but I had 16 came in Friday, and then I had 16 came in today. So I'm heading out to when I saw the mail lady went by. I'm going out there to get my stuff out the mail. And I noticed my next door neighbor across the street, he's about 80 something years, came out to go to his mailbox and he was limping real bad. So I was like, hey neighbor, what's going on? Why? I haven't seen you limp like that. And he goes, oh, my hip, got bad hip. He had got in a real bad accident that we had here in Texas with that big pile up back about maybe 3, 4 years ago. And he and his wife was involved with that. Got hit by 18 wheelers and a whole bunch of other cars. So he was limping real bad. So I said, I want you to try something. So I ripped open my bag because I knew I also had ordered a bottle of pain, and I had 2 extras. So I said, I want you to try this. And I handed him the bottle. He looked at it, and pain, magnesium. I said, look at how many milligrams of magnesium is in that bottle. And he was like, wow, 75,000? I said, yeah. I said, when you go inside, I want you to just spray some on your hip wherever it's hurting. And then when you see me again, just let me know what you think. So I left and I just got back in. And as I'm pulling up into the garage, he's pulling up into his garage. So I got out my car, I was getting ready to go inside and I hear him blow the horn. So I turned around and walked back over to him. He said, God sent you to me this afternoon when we met each other. He said, because I was in so much pain for the last few days because it just all of a sudden just started hurting him. He said, I went inside and when you gave me that bottle earlier this afternoon, and I was talking to my wife about it. So I sprayed some, and his wife is a nurse. She helped rub it into his hip. He said it couldn't have been 5 minutes that the pain was gone. He said, where did you get this thing? I said, this is some of the product that I was telling you that I sell. And he goes, how much is it? So I told him, gave him the price. And I said, but instead of you coming to me and giving me money, I'll give you a link where you'll be able, whenever you need to order some, you can just go right in, go into there and place your own order. So he said, you know what happened when you plant seeds? And I said, yeah, you harvest big. He said, and the Lord's going to bless you 100-fold. Can I pray for you for blessing me this afternoon? So we said a little prayer, and he was just excited that the relief that he had got from that spray that he had sprayed on his hip went away within less than 5 minutes. And even when he was talking to me, he wasn't even limping. And I told him, I said, I am bone to bone. I was on a walking cane, and this is what got me. I said, not the spray at the time, we had a lotion, but this is what got me off of that walking cane and got all that relief and that, stuff relief, inflammation relief from my body. So he was excited and happy about that. And now I may have a customer for life. Never know. Also, I wanted to tell Dee Dee with her mentioning about the cut that she received in the earring in her ear. Silver. Silver kill infection, viruses, cuts. Add that to that also, other than the black seed oil, and that will knock that out like real quick. So just a little tip, something extra for you to think about adding to that. Back to you, Coach.
Awesome stuff. And then Kara says, yeah, the pain lotion, oil are lifesavers. As far as black seed oil, blood pressure support, that's one of the known benefits. And I think the doctor didn't want them to take it because the blood pressure medication has blood, it can thin the blood. And black seed oil is a natural blood thinner. So, we don't want people cutting themselves and bleeding, and not don't have the blood clot. But he took matters into his own hands and look at him now. And as far as your neighbor, we are out as far as us people who are consultants, we're here to solve people's problems. And Seymour recognized his neighbor had an issue with pain and limping and offered them a good solution that worked. And our pain magnesium lotion, it's magnesium spray, that stuff is wonderful. I don't use it as often because I don't have aches and pains. Right. I see my friends growing up, they're 50s, late 40s, 50 years old, they're all complaining about having these age-related pains. I'm like, I have none. Okay. But the thing about it is magnesium is something most people are magnesium deficient anyway. So we have 5 different sprays. You can get 100 milligrams of magnesium per pump, right? And so that's a great way to get your body's magnesium intake every day. And so great way to get that. So good stuff. But thanks for sharing that, Coach. Appreciate that. All right.
You're welcome.
All right. Hey, we have Valerie and then Lillian next. So Valerie, you should be able to unmute yourself.
Hey guys, yes, thanks, Coach. So I'll make it quick. I wanted to tell you about my mom. So we're always over here experimenting with stuff, okay? And so my mom has she's 76 and she has the liver spots on her arms, and her arms sometimes she'll get like really big red spots. And then she was also attacked a long time ago by a nest of fire ants. It got her pretty good. And so she has scarring and stuff. And so I thought, she's really wanting to do something about it. And the doctors always want her to put something on it that's very toxic and that she can only do in the summers. And so I was like, let's try. I put a little thing together of castor seed oil and black seed oil, mixed it together, and I rubbed it. We're doing an experiment. So we're on day 15. I'm documenting all of it. But so I'm rubbing it. I do it. I put it on her arms, kind of like massaging, the kind of like the mix, and it gets black seed oil in her system too. She's a little fussy about that. And so already the red is gone. The red spots are gone. Now it's just the darker spots are a light brown. So I'm okay if we don't get them all the way gone, but I'm excited because that's, she's really beautiful and her skin otherwise is beautiful. And that's very important to her. So just to see the smile on her face and her red spots going away and stuff is really, it's wonderful. And it's what, like $30, $37 total.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Our castor seed oil, that's only what, $19 or something?
Yeah. It's amazing.
And then combine that with black seed oil, she's getting 2 great products, that are good for her skin. And like you said, she's getting the benefits of black seed oil into her body without.
Yeah, because she's a little fussy on that, with the taste. Like we all can take it, we know, but she's always like, mm-mm.
Yeah.
So,
I remember you told me that. I was like, my mom does not like it. I'm like, well, so I'm glad you found a way, and thanks for documenting it also.
Yes. Day 30, we'll put a post up.
Perfect. And keep doing your lives. Your lives are great. So
thank you.
All right, cool. All right, let me get Lillian up, and then Douglas.
Hey, Coach. Hi,
Hello.
everybody. I wanted to give a little testimony on black seed oil, of course, but one of Butch's cousin's mom fell and hit herself on a rock, cut herself really bad. So I ran over there with some silver and had her spray that on the cuts on her legs. And she had a big old knot on her head right there. So passed some black seed oil on it inside of her face. And it was all purple and green, of course. And today I talked to her and she said the cut on her leg is healing very nicely and that the black seed oil helped with all this different colors and that piece on her head was going down. That that's amazing. I mean, things like that. The only thing she said that her knee was hurting, so I told her I would be back over there with some pain cream soon. Um, you know, we do these things all the time. We love to share with people how these products work. We sample it out. I went to the gas station the other day. Here's a lady with a brace on her knee, and I was like, "What's going on with your knee?" You know, and she says, "Oh, it's so painful." And I said, "So what the doctor's telling you?" She said, "Oh, they want to do surgery," but she said, "I have 7 grandchildren," and I said, "Isn't that something?" I said, "Sometimes those surgeries don't work." And I said, "You still be winding up in pain." So I gave her a sample of pain cream, and I told her, I said, "I'll be back here to check on you in a couple of days." So I'll be going to do that tomorrow. And I mean, that's what we need to do is share our stories, share our success stories with people, and help people out in using the products, but also offer them the opportunity to make extra money uh, with the business, because we all know that the products are amazing, but everybody needs a little extra money, whether it's to help pay on their phone bills or maybe car note or any kind of things, So we must never forget to offer them the opportunity to make this extra money. So I just wanted to share that.
That is so true. Thank you for sharing it. I know you have a story. I mean, we've heard that coming off of 75 medications, we're having the pain stimulator removed. That's right there is, I'll never forget that. So I appreciate you for sharing that story.
2 stimulators and a pain pump.
Pain pump. Yeah, that's amazing.
Gone.
You guys still on vacation? I saw you in Bush camping or something.
Now we went over to our camp, which is like maybe 20 minutes from here,
Yeah.
but it seems like we've gone to the Las Vegas, Nevada, or somewhere.
Okay. All right. That's
Well,
cool.
we enjoyed that downtime, but we also went fishing at the coast, so that was like a couple of hours away, and that's really nice to get away.
All right.
Only possible with all the financial opportunities that we have through HB Nationals and Go to Sauna.
Yes, that's
Always,
amazing. And I agree.
always helpful.
Yeah, we did some research. Like the average new car payment is $746. The average used car payment is $521 a month. And so helping showing people how they can do this part time and pay their car payment. I mean that would be that's like getting a raise on their job because just pay for it with the commission. So thank you for being an advocate and passionate about what we're doing here, Lily. Appreciate that. And Douglas, let me read this Facebook comment first, Douglas. So someone asked, do you think black seed oil will be good to rub on the person's back for back pain? Yes, black seed oil is a great topical pain reliever, and it goes right. You rub it on any area that's painful, it's going to stop the pain. So yes, Twyla, you can rub it directly on the painful area. All right, Douglas, and this 50-pound weight loss. Thanks for hopping on. Thanks for waiting, sir.
I actually have a business testimony.
Okay, that's cool.
I went to the boot camp in Orlando and had a great time there and learned all about the companies and all the products, and started selling about 3.5 months ago. And I'm happy to report that as of Sunday, my 100 BV GLP-1 customer has pushed me over $120 in commissions.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's not bad for 3.5 months with learning the ropes and everything.
Yes, yeah, and I think it was Orlando. That's where you came and did the actor one competition.
Yeah,
That was where we all met, and so that's awesome. And so and consider you do this part time like we all do, and you work full time, and this is your part time gig. And
yeah, it's big time part time for me because I work for the government and I have to watch what I do and when I do it.
yes, so doing that, that's amazing. Cool. So congratulations on that, on you and Greta. So that's awesome stuff. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate that. All right, guys, I think that's it. A little bit past the hour, so I appreciate you guys for being here tonight. If you guys are guests who are still here, either on Zoom or on Facebook. We have real people here with real results from using products, and we also have people who are benefiting from the income our opportunity. So what we like you to do is, get back with the person that invites you to watch this information or share the video with you. Let them know what you liked about the information. Is it the income opportunity? Is it the products? Or is it both? Right? Let them know, and then find out how you can create your account. And we always like to let people know, once you partner with us, you will be in business for yourself, but never by yourself. We have tons of support, and we are here to set you up to be successful if you want to win. So get back with whoever shared this information with you. Let them know what you liked about the information. And I want to thank everyone on there who was brave, who had the courage to unmute themselves and even ask their question and share the stories. We appreciate that. And Paula and Alexandra are always happy to watch these replays, and thank you guys for your support. So catch you guys next week, same time and same Zoom link. And I will see you guys on our next info and testimonial Zoom. You guys have a great night. Bye.